Good morning, all you fabulous people. Starting off with Friday with a pretty large market video. Let's just get into it. Whelming Gust Waves, the rainbow foils have gone crazy. These are extended art promos. This is just mainly low stock. A few last spot were about $20 ish. There's just none on the market. Only two on the market. Last at 500 and 1,000. Don't buy these. These will get replenished. They are rare. I don't think they're $500 rare currently in the current market. So similarly, the blue one is the same way. I would hold off on these. If you can maybe sell these for a couple $100 while they're high, I would go for it. But just keep your eye on these. I do think these come back in the market. Blood of the Drakai is a Fabled. It's too cheap. $20 for a 1 in 40 box hit, basically, is too cheap. Currently, it's just not very playable. It's very rare though. And to be just slightly over a dragon price, a Marvel rare dragon price, and being probably 3 to 5 times rarer than a dragon, I think is too cheap. The cold foil's a little bit more premium. These 2.0 Fables are about $100 ish. Unless they become playable, then they skyrocket. But I think for a box or case hit for $20 or $21, $22 is too cheap. I'd be buying these. These are very hard to pull. Just not very playable at the moment. Doesn't mean in the future we won't have a Draconic hero that can use this. I just liked this one this morning as going through the list. Galaxy Black Cold Foil promo from Monarch for $2. This also doesn't seem to be a very playable card, but a Cold Foil from a older set promo, I believe was a Game Store promo. For $2 is pretty good to me. $4, even $5, I'd pick this up. But I'm considering getting this. This just seems really cheap just to add to collection. Good Deeds, don't go unnoticed, is gotten cheap. I didn't notice these are moderately played this morning. But 2 moderately played at $60. If you're looking for these for your UPF deck, I think this is a fun little promo to add to your decks. Knucklehead, the Armory winning promo for, I believe it was last month or 2 months ago, is $4 for the cold foil. The rainbow foil buy a box promo was like $10. Just get the cold foil at $4. To put it in perspective, I think Kasai's is like $10 or $12, and then Betsy's I think is the most expensive at like $30 or $40. So I think KO's is a great pickup, especially if you're playing KO for Blitz. It's a Temper 2 block card as well as a decent effect. For $4 for a cold foil for a Armory winning promo, I think is pretty sick. On to the ninjas. I do think Tiger Swipe is still a little too cheap. Full disclosure, I do have a number of these listed, probably around $10. The way Zen reads, I don't think this card will stay $5 for very long. I do think this goes probably to $10-ish or more. He can tutor this card and create Crouching Tigers off of it. It just really seems to fit Zen's game plan, as well as it's just a really strong card for Tigers anyway. I put this on par, if not just as strong or maybe stronger than Roar of the Tiger. The only thing that Roar of the Tiger has that this doesn't is it buffs the rest of the Tigers, but Tiger Swipe can get you a larger Tiger turn off hits and stuff like that. Keep your eye on this. Roar of the Tiger is already $10, $11. Almost $12 and continuing to go up steadily. So I just keep your eye on this. I think picking up a playset of this for $15 right now is probably a pretty good deal. Tenacity has kind of gone bonkers. A lot of them have been depleted from the market. Heavy hitters, which is kind of shocking to me. This is all Ninja hype. I also think this is this is very good for Zen as well. It's also good for Katsu, but it's $12 for the non-foil, and the rainbow foil has gone to $23. There's not very many listings on the market. Total of 9 between both versions here. Roar the Tiger, I just talked about it a little bit. Almost at $12, and the rainbow foil is about $11. I think this is where it kind of stalls out. It may go to like $15, $20, but we shall see. I think this is just on the borderline of too expensive to pick up now. But keep your eye on this. We also have like a month and a half before Zen, Enigma, and New come to the actual game. And we have a ton of spoilers to come still. So this card seems very good with Zen, but maybe there's something better in the new set, or Zen just turns out to not be very good. I don't think that really is the case, but we shall see. Ancestral Harmony, I wanted to point these out. Quantity 3 at $5 for damaged copies. If you just need playable copies, this might be worth picking up, considering the next cheapest, you can get a playset of damaged ones for $15, which is the price of one for the one for a near mint copy. Just a little deal, I think, right now. If you don't really care about the condition of your cards, this might be worth taking a risk on it. Codex of Frailty has cooled off a little bit from its crazy weekend spike. It's back down to like 60, 65. Somebody's picked up a couple copies under 60 recently. I think it probably hovers around 60 for a little bit, but I do think once this set comes out, this card cools off a little bit more. So if you don't need the codexes right now, I'd wait until after spoiler season. The prices is always the most expensive during spoiler season, and kind of cools off as it comes to, for the older cards, cools off as it comes close to actual set release. So just keep an eye on these. Shimmers of Silver is continuing to creep up. This does seem like an Enigma game plan, and we do have weapons that support it currently. I just think Enigma's weapon probably is going to be more catered to her, but we'll see with that. This does seem very on brand with Enigma, and it's an Everfest Majestic. I think, once again, I think this is about just on the edge of too expensive to pick up. I'd maybe wait to cool off, but we shall see. Glistening Steelblade is the cheapest I've ever seen it. It's $20 for a copy. Yeah, you could get a playset for $60. This is kind of crazy to me, considering Dory is pretty heavy in the meta right now, and had had a very good showing at Pro Tour. Albeit it was only Axis Dory basically, but some of them, like the Runaways, ran a Dawnblade package in the sideboard for certain matchups. This card is really good for Dawnblade. If Dawnblade does become prevalent again, this card is only in Rhinar versus Drenthia, and that's the only way to get it from that classic battle set. So $20 for this. I need a playset myself. I might end up getting some, but keep an eye on this. I think Warriors have shown that they are capable of staying in the meta and seem like they're a pretty strong showing. Similarly, Braveforge Bracers has been on a lot of lists recently, and is under $40 for a W2R Legendary. $34 is too cheap in my opinion for a first set Legendary that's being used still to this day. I would pick these up if you're any kind of interested in Warrior. Yeah. Shriek Razors, the cold foil especially, is $25. I think this is a steal for Bright Lights expansion slot Legendary, as well as it being a cold foil. This was pretty hard to pull. The rainbow foil is only is $18. Just pick up the cold foil. Don't even $7 more for a cold foil. That's probably 3 times as rare as the rainbow foil, and looks really good with this metallic look. If this gets played at all in new or another assassin, it will go to $50, $60, $70 pretty easily. Another kind of interesting one I saw this morning was Ravenous Rabble Rainbow Foil from Arc. Is kind of been bouncing between $3 and $6. These are back to $6, and very soon could be $8 to $10. Just keep your eye on these. These are moving up, it seems, and quite a bit are selling. Crown of Providence, the Dusk Till Dawn version spiked. I think this is just low listings, up to 115. Pick up the rainbow foil over the non-foil, in my opinion. It at nearly $100. Twin Drive spiked from $25 to $33, $34. Mechanologist maybe making a comeback here again. I think this is just a solid card in Dash and Max and Dash.io even. So keep an eye out on this. I think this is just a Mechanologist staple now. Not very many people opening Bright Lights either, so that price is probably going to stay around there. War Machine EA Majestic from Bright Lights, $25. These cards are exorbitantly rare. The EA Majestics in a lot of these sets are probably some of the rarest cards to pull. So for $25 for this one, it's not seeing much play other than Teklevossen, which there's only a few Teklevossens really running around. But $25 for a really rare card. This EA also looks really sick. Is really good. This is also going to be a Teklevossen staple and maybe other Mechanologists in the future. It's Arsenal Disruption, and if you get the more Evos you get, it becomes very strong very quickly. Vambrace of the Determination is back down to about $50 for the cold foil. The rainbow foil really hasn't moved much. It's about $9, $10. The cold foil is really going though. I think this is just kind of a spec card. I don't really see where this is going to go in the meta other than if Enigma and Prism really take off. There are some more prevention effects, and there's more and more coming into the game, like taking it on the chin and that kind of stuff, making this card more relevant. But unless there's a world that the majority of the field is running prevention effects, and a lot of them, I don't think this card is going to see much play. But if you're worried about that in the future, the $9 to $10 for a Legendary from Outsiders, I think is the way to go, not the cold foil for $50. Balance of Justice, still about $155 for the rainbow foil. Not much movement there. The cold foil, on the other hand, is pretty much all but depleted from the market. 170 is the cheapest, and then it goes to 300, and then over 300. I do think we're waiting on probably a stock replenishment here, but this card is being used in virtually every deck and is moved from sideboard to the main board and even kicked out Crown of Providence in a lot of deck lists. Like my Dory and my Kasai I'm running is just Balance of Justice. All kind of depends on your meta and what to expect, and if there's card draw effects, yes, this card is strictly better. So just keep an eye on this. If you need a copy, I'd try to pick up the rainbow foil right now. I do suspect it probably continues to move up. There's only 4 or 5 listed under 160 here, and then it goes up to 200 as well. And this guy is kind of wild. Damaged rainbow foil? 5 damaged rainbow foil? What did you do to rainbow foils to damage them at that rate for 225? That's interesting. Burn Them All is getting ridiculously cheap, especially the rainbow foil and the cold foil. Cold foil, you can place it under $10 or just over $10 now. These were really hard to rare. really hard to pull. And the rainbow foil, I think you can get a playset for about $5. Go ahead and pick these up. Draconic Illusionist, I don't think is going away for long. I have a feeling they will release another Draconic Illusionist. The dragons are a fan favorite. Illusionist is a fan favorite. So keep your eye out on these. Maybe the time to start picking up these if you needed them. And to end on the last little tidbit of news/deals, 110 for a Rainbow Foil E-Strike, lightly played, I think is worth a risk, considering the near mint's nearly $156. There's only one on the market, so hope one of you guys get it. Have a fantastic Friday and a great weekend, and I'll catch you guys back early next week. Have a good one. Bye.